All right, all right. I think we're good, ladies and gentlemen. Despite all the, the troubles that I'm getting from YouTube, I think that we are good. If you guys can hear me, if you can see me, let me know. Uh, I'm in. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me, and we'll get into it. Few folks here. We're good. We're good. All right. Yep. 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 All right. We are good. We are good to go. So apologies, friends. Typically we're on at 8 o'clock. Man, my day got pushed back and back and back even more. And so, gosh, not on here until 8:15. But for the few of you who have come, I appreciate it. You guys get a chance to let me know if you guys can type in the chat. And if not, I've got a little topic I want to cover with you guys here tonight before I gotta go pick up my son from basketball. But as always, glad to be with you guys. We got Connie in the house, the prize pupil. Connie, I appreciate you being here. Apologize for being late to this one. I like to think of myself as a person who's pretty capable of tech, but man, I could not get into YouTube tonight. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What is your greatest tech frustration? Like the thing that you just want to have work, but you can't get to work. So many people. Okay, we got Paul. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. We got CK Palmer. How you doing? We got Becca, as always, in the hizzy Thinkorswim. Connie's like, can I just get Thinkorswim to work? Yep. I tell you what, for me at first, it was getting the cell phones to work, and now my biggest struggle with tech is really dialing in AI. How many of you guys have worked hard to dial in AI to get that thing working for you, doing all the things they promise to have it do, but you just can't quite seem to get it to do that? Anybody with me on that one? What do you got? What is your, besides Thinkorswim, what is your greatest tech focus struggle that you have really tried to make some gum here to make work? Oh yeah, Connie loves her some Claude. Good evening, everyone. I hear you on AI. Oh yeah, John Jarvis. That's what it is, man. It comes down to AI. Well, let me go over something here with you guys. Two particular things I want to cover with you guys here tonight. We love to have our Mondays. We do an Ask Me Anything session, but for me, when it comes to the market itself, there is a particular thing that happened today that I want to call out, point out to y'all, because I think it's a very important thing to pay attention to. It's a particular indicator in the markets that I use, I think about, I discuss often, and it's one that that I think bears understanding and looking at here today. And that's what we're going to go over here in our time. AI for a trading coach. That's a good call there, Matt Fletcher. Shout out to you, sir. I hear you on that. All right. So here is what I would like to cover tonight together, if we can. I'm going to bring up the notes to make sure you guys get some notes and some application out of this. And let me bring these notes up so we can have that for our benefit in our session here today. And we will get started, if you will. Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. All right. Good. Now, all right, friends, here's the thing I want to walk through with you guys here tonight. It is part of the session. Let me do a share for you so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And this topic indicator I want to talk about is what is called the volume profile. Let me know in the chat. Have you guys ever heard about the volume profile? Making a new OneNote notebook for everyone for all of these. Becca, that's why you're the best, and I appreciate you in advance. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. That didn't do what I wanted to do. All right, great. Let's minimize that. We'll bring this down here. We'll maximize that, and I get to talk about this. Okay, so here is the thing called the volume profile, right? That's the indicator we're going to talk about here tonight, and it's going to be very particular. Two topics. So YouTube live session, and this is on 13/26. Two topics to discuss tonight, right? Number one is an indicator that I want to talk to you guys about, and that is the volume profile. Limit style. And then the second topic, number two is the week we are in. It's called options expiration week, or as we like to call it, chop X week. I'll get into that here in just a second. A few more folks logging in. We got Johnny Jarvis. How you doing? Use it all day long when looking for setups. Love it. Volume profile. Yes. Like it on the right. Okay, great. So volume profile. All right. It's a simple indicator. It is free. You can add it to your charts, right? And here's what it does. What it does. It shows you the volume of trades that have happened at a certain price level. Okay. So why profile? Well, think about a human face, right? Think about a human face. Think about my face, right? I got a profile going on here, right? Here's my forehead, the nose sticks out the most, the lips the second, the chin, right? And go down and you look at this one and, you know, you might kind of see that kind of face here, right? Maybe the eyeballs are here, you know, goes down. Here's the nose, the lips. This guy's got a weak chin, Adam's apple, right? This would be the kind of the face. That's why I call it a profile, right? And really over the chart time frame. So this chart time frame is a 1 year, 1 day chart time frame for the volume profile. All right, let me bring this thing back down, pump this thing back up. Actually, what I'm going to do for this, my own sake here, is going to just make it, yeah, about right that. So we don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. Think about a human face turned sideways, right? And this will show you on the time frame chart that you are using, where is the most volume that has traded at what price, okay? And so I'm gonna tell you what it is and then why it's important. So you look at this chart right here and you recognize, for example, down here, right here at this level, 610, there's very little volume at this level, right? And you draw the line right over. Why do you guys think, let me ask this question in the chat, why do you guys think that there's very little volume that traded at this level, 610, on the charts? When you can see the chart right here bounce from this level from here, what do you call the red, blue, yellow, green wave that's on your chart? Oh, that's the EMA, that's the EMA wave, Kurt. All right. What do you call this? Why do you think right here there is very little volume at this level right here, even at 610? Yeah, it's a custom cloud, EMA cloud. Yep. What do you guys think? The reason is, think about this. When price ran up through here, here was 1 day. Here's a candle for a second day. Here's a third day. So why is there so little volume here at 610? Because it only spent a day to get through there. There wasn't a lot of orders relative to the full amount of time that it spent getting through that level, through that zone. And then the largest amount of volume is right here, about 682, 681-ish. And it's the most amount of volume there because it spent so much time in this level going up and coming down and going up and coming back and going up and coming back and here and then going there, a bunch, just a ton of volume in that level because it spent so much time going up through it, down below it, up through it, back below it, up through it. A lot of volume. All right, so that's why. That's the why. Here's the most important question we got to cover for our time together, right? What do you think that question we got to cover, right? All right. All right. You tell me in the chat. What's the question? I told you what it is. What's the next question that matters the most, right? What is it? What's the question? What do you think it is? When will we get through it? That's not the question. The most important question to ask about the volume profile and any indicator for that matter is this. Who cares? Yeah, that's it, Howard. How does it relate to price action? Who cares? Why does it matter? Why should I pay attention to this thing? And here's the reason why, all right? When you see a lot of volume at that level, it means, right, several things. But one important thing is this, okay? If price is below that level and a lot of people, right, traded it at that level, and then it gets back up to that level, think about this psychologically, right? Think about you're one of those people and you traded, right, it at this level, okay? A lot of people bought it. And let's just assume they bought it and they held it from that level. And then it drops. Give me one word. How are you feeling down here if you bought SPY at 680, 681, because it goes down to 630? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Right? If you bought it at 681, bought SPY at 681, and then it drops to 630, you aren't happy. And you are praying to the market gods to what? To what? You're praying the market gods to what? You just, at this point, you're feeling pain, right? You aren't happy. You feel pain if you are down. And as a result, you're paying the market gods to reverse, right? To reverse. And then what? Once you see a reverse, Connie, what are you praying for? To get back to what? To what? Two words. Two words. You're praying that you get, if you bought at 681, it's down to 630 and then it bounces. You're praying the market gods for it to get back to what? Two words. Break even. You just want the pain to stop. I don't want to take a loss. Let it get back to break even. And if you think about this on the holistic level, right? If so many people are in this thing at 681 and it gets back to 681, what do you think the vast majority of the people who have prayed for it to get back up there want to do at 681? Yeah, most people will likely sell. So we use that. We use that as a level that when price gets back up to this red dotted line, right? Right? The spot with the most volume is called the point of control, right? And you're expecting people to get back up there to sell. So like today, I said in the market, it's the beginning of ChopX week, OpEx week. I'm likely not to do very much today. I said the market has to prove itself to me. Why did I say that? Well, for this very reason right here, this very explanation. Price got back up here to this point of control, this red dotted line. And my friends, what did it do today when it got back up there to that red dotted line? What did it do today? Back up at this red dotted line. I was expecting on Friday, when it got back up to that point of control, that we would see what? No, Connie. I was expecting to see a rejection of that point of control, right? So I wanted to see the market prove itself today. I expected it to reject that point of control. For most people in the SPY to sell there, break even. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened, right? That didn't happen today, right? It closed above it. And I was like, hey, closed above it. Amazing. Like, okay, good thing. It proves something to me today. What did it prove? Right? It proved strength today. In the midst of all this stuff with Iran, in the midst of the oil stuff, in the midst of the market, everything that's going on, it proved itself to be strong. And that's the lesson for tonight I want to teach you. If you are going to trust, never trust the market, but if you're going to trust someone, they have to prove themselves to you, right? And for you as a trader, you have to have these types of indicators or these types of things to where you say, if the market can do this, like for me, when the market breaks back above, right? It was the EMAs were structured to a negative trend, and now it has broken back above it, and the market structure has changed to a bullish trend, right? And I'm expecting it to come back down here and hold the mean, bounce off the 21 and go. I was expecting it to reject this, come back to this level of support and bounce. It didn't do that today. It proved itself today. It closed above it. So today was a good sign of strength from the market that it pushed through the point of control, right? That's a good sign of strength. Or it's delusional. I mean, yes, Goober, that's certainly possible. It did something today to prove itself, all right? And here's the second final part of the lesson, and I'm gonna go pick up my son from basketball. I know it's a short one tonight, but I'm giving you something chunky to think about, right? But remember the week we are in. We are in options expiration week. This is the week of the month that most options will expire, okay? So market makers will be moving price around this week, up and down, in order to cause the most amount of pain for traders and make themselves the most amount of money. So I'm also expecting chop this week. But if it can close again tomorrow above this point of control at 680, right? That will tell me something, right? At that point, I expect the point of control to hold. And I may make some plays from that level. I would like it even more if the 21 EMA, which as you guys know from me, is the mean, could come up in convergence with that point of control to give it extra support, right? So what does that mean for me? What does that mean for me, right? Oh, Goober's mom. All right, I'll call it Goober's mom. That means for me, I'm still trying to be patient. This is a massive run from 630. We still got plenty of things going on in the market, right? We got ChopX week. Remember, our job as traders is to manage risk. And so when I see something happen in the market, like a break above the point of control, which I'm not expecting, I see this happen on ChopX week, which I'm not expecting. I'm expecting it to come back down to find some support in the midst of this choppiness, which is what I'm expecting, right? And it doesn't do that. Anytime the market does something that I'm not necessarily expecting, and I don't understand why, I find it better, instead of being like, "Ooh, it's making a run, let's go for it," to be like, I'm gonna show some caution here, right? I'm gonna show some caution here. So that is the two big things today I want to leave you guys with here in our short half hour together or so. I'm gonna send you guys all these notes. I'll make sure you get them. right, is to say, number one, make sure you have your indicators where you guys are looking at these things and you're saying to yourself, self, what am I expecting, right? What should the market do? Should reject a point of control, but it didn't do that. Okay, that's number one, right? Then if it's going to prove itself to me, it must prove itself to me for a second close above that point of control, right? And it ended the day on the high at 686. Wow. Why? Well, because the VIX was dropping today. The VIX dropped and closed below 1975, which is a key level, right? I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys here, but just follow me. You'll get the recording and be able to watch it. So as a result, I've stayed in my long on Amazon, right? And I've been, this Monday, I kind of just wanted to wait to let it settle in to be able to see, okay, hey, what's the market doing today? Is Iris live tonight? Yeah, it already happened, Noah. It happened back at 6. And so for me today, here's the number one thing. Expected it to hold, to reject the point of control. Didn't happen. Okay, I take a step back, right? Number two, I expected a lot of choppiness in the market, but the SPY just kind of steadily increased. Okay, cool. Number three, we're seeing a lot of that potentially because the VIX pulled back down below 1975. And so here, this is what I'm looking for, right? To confirm this move, right? I need a second close on the SPY above 680. I need to see a second close on VIX below 1975. And if that were to happen, I would have a lot more confidence in this market, right? I'd have a lot more confidence in this market. But for right now, it is okay to demonstrate an abundance of caution because come here, lean in. This is the last thing I'm going to tell you guys before I go, right? Remember, it's our job to manage risk. And so when I expect the market to do one thing and it does another, I step back because I want to observe and see, hey, let's wait for the right time on this. And so again, trading is all about market timing, right? It's all about market timing. And so if I don't, have confidence that the market's going to do something, or it's in a week like ChopX week where I expect market makers to move price all around, I would much rather wait for the dip or some pullback level of support, like the point of control, like the 21 EMA, right? Where I feel like I have a better edge to be able to enter something long from. So that is my plan, friends. That's what I'm going to leave you with. The ability to wait, right? To manage risk, to not feel like I have to catch every move, and to be able to find the place where I feel the most confidence. Because there's a lot of back and forth in Iran. There's a lot of uncertainty there. And when there's a lot of uncertainty, I just tend to take a step back and say, hey, I'm going to stay long on Amazon because it's not doing anything wrong. VIX is dropping. I'm okay in that. And I got that bigger position on. It's treating me well, but I don't feel like I have to catch every move. So, friends, let me send you these notes, right? Control all, copy. I'm going to put them in the chat. These are your notes for tonight. Oh, I got way too many notes. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in a document. Let me put in this document so you guys can have it. Nope, that's not the one I want to do. Here, let me do this. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yep, I'm getting there, friends. We're getting there. So you got, just that way I can put a one link in here and you guys can have it. Okay. All right. Notes. There we go. Share and copy, copy and share. Anyone on the link? There we go. Updated, copy link, done, boom. Okay, there's your notes, friends. Make sure you guys have that link. Click that link. For those in Iris, I'll be dropping my options trade idea for you in the morning. And again, my apologies that this one is a rather short session, about 25 minutes, but jam-packed with info. ChopX week, risk management, and point of control. Learn the indicator, use the indicator. I find it very, very helpful, and I hope that you do too. All right, friends, appreciate you guys. Be good to others. I'm out of here, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody soon. Thanks again.